Hey guys, my name is Matimio, and welcome to another episode of Sunday Mailbox. This is a video series where you, the viewer, can submit your gaming or Battlefield-related questions, and then I will give my humble opinion on them. To get the formalities out of the way real quick, if you would like to submit your own question that could be featured in an upcoming episode, you can do so by leaving a comment down below, or by sending me a Facebook and Twitter message. The first question for today comes from Buick72, and it is, do you think that there is a way to buff the AA mines to help them with stopping UCAVs, but not making them overpowered against real air vehicles? The AA mines would actually be useful for once and a much needed aid against a team that is spamming UCAVs. I love this idea. The AA mine is basically useless. It came out with the Naval Strike DLC, a couple of people tried to get some use out of it, but then quickly realized that it doesn't actually take out a vehicle by itself, it only disables them. It'll get the vehicle close to death, but if you're not right there with a buddy who has an RPG ready to shoot at that chopper as soon as it's disabled, you're not going to be able to take it out. It's going to be able to fly away, repair quickly, and be right back into the action. And so if they gave it this subtle buff to take out other projectiles in the air, like the UCAV, that could be an amazing way at making this gadget way more effective. If you are playing on Rush, these changes would be incredible. Rush is the biggest offender of UCAV spam. Because the maps are very narrow and they're not expansive like Conquest, everyone's congregated around everyone else, and it makes it prime opportunity for a UCAV to fly on in and basically guarantee a multi-kill every single time a support player flings these into the arena. As soon as you make this subtle tweak to the AA mine, as long as you're being observant and you realize that your team is getting pummeled by UCAVs, this would be a great counterplay. No longer could they just stay in their deployment the entire time at the safety of their base, getting free multi-kills. They would actually have to play the objective a little bit more. Not only that though, there have been numerous games where I have been on the offensive team, and every single moment that my allies are able to get a foothold, it gets completely blown up by a UCAV. It's really frustrating when that happens. We're playing the objective, we're trying to work as a team, but all of a sudden a random UCAV flies on over, kills 5 people instantaneously, it breaks that momentum, and we're basically back to square one. And so absolutely, I think that this would be an amazing way at nerfing the power of the UCAV, but at the same time also having more interplay there, some counterplay. If you see that your team is getting pummeled by the UCAV and you don't do anything about it, well then that's on you. You have to make the conscious decision to switch on over to the AA mines, counter that thing that is pummeling your team, and that is what I love so much about it. One thing that I would like to say though, is I really wouldn't be all that opposed if they did increase the AA mines for its intended purpose, which is taking out helicopters. I'm not necessarily saying that they should increase the damage of the gadget, because honestly that would probably just get really frustrating. Getting taken out instantly by an automatic turret does not sound like a good game design, but I would love it if I could use this in tandem with an RPG. That currently isn't available when you are using the AA mines. So unless you are working with a teammate and they are sticking on you like a last puppy, they are right next to you the entire round, the only way that you're going to be able to get any use out of the AA mines is that as soon as that other vehicle gets disabled, they shoot an RPG, get lucky, and are able to take it out. But if you were able to use a SRA and RPG in tandem with that gadget, it would be a great way to set up not necessarily a free kill, but a much easier target for you to take out. I think that that would be a great way to subtly increase the power of this gadget. But overall, I love your idea. I think that that would be a phenomenal addition into the game. I know that some would argue, well, why not just buff the MP APS? I would agree with you there. Like, if there was any way to nerf the power of the UCAV, I am right there. I'm 100% on board, and I think that this is a solid suggestion. The next question for today comes from Psy Thanos, and it is, I was wondering if the battle packs, instead of giving us random attachments for random guns, give us tokens for random guns. For example, if I open up a golden battle pack and get a tac light for the M416, I think it would be better to give me a token or a key to open up whatever attachment I want. What do you think? This is the reason why I love Sunday Mailbox, because ideas like this pop up every once in a while that are just a game changer, and I would love, and it really could be seen implemented in not only Battlefield 4, but hopefully a future Battlefield title. You're absolutely right. Like, it's really annoying to open up a gold battle pack and see a tac light for a Type 95B carbine. I hardly ever use that weapon. It would be much better for me to take a token and apply it to a gun that I'm gonna use or maybe would like to try out, but don't really have any attachments for it. I really don't have anything else to say. This could also be applied to other aspects in the game, maybe different camos. Maybe I could use this token to open up a camo that I've always wanted and not rely on a random system to give me the camo that I want. That could be another great way to handle it. But overall, I think that this is a phenomenal concept, and I'm hoping, crossing my fingers, that in Battlefield Hardline, they would add something like this into the game. The next question for today comes from Cole, and it is, I want to use the SOFLAM, but it keeps getting destroyed because of the damn red light on the front. What if DICE were to take it off? Do you think it would be more useful? Absolutely. That would definitely make the SOFLAM way more effective than it is right now, but it would also make it one of the most annoying things to fight against on the battlefield. It's really tough to balance the SOFLAM because, first of all, you don't really need to be looking through the SOFLAM to lock onto a vehicle. If you have this just on a sniper hill, let's say you're playing on Firestorm, for example, if you have it on the mountainside and it's pointing at a tank in the distance, you can be sniping someone during that entire process, but as soon as that tank gets in line with the SOFLAM, it's gonna lock onto the tank. The tank, of course, is gonna freak out. He realizes that he has a huge kill me sign on his head, and he's gonna do his best to try to neutralize that threat. If there isn't a red light to let him know at least the area where the SOFLAM is, it is gonna feel nearly impossible to identify where that threat is coming from. That would get old and annoying very, very quickly. This is a tough gadget to balance out because I agree with you. That red light, while I don't necessarily think that it makes it useless, it definitely decreases its power, and that's the reason why a lot of recons opt to use the other gadgets in the game, or at least that are at their disposal for that kit, because they're just way more effective and they don't have to worry about this thing instantly getting taken out as soon as someone looks in its general area because of that bright red beacon. But on the other hand, like I said, if they removed that beacon, it would be really annoying to be on the receiving end of it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's the direction that DICE should take to make this thing a little bit more effective, or maybe just make it the red light not as obvious as it is right now. But I can almost guarantee if they did make that change, that a lot of tank drivers would really get pissed off at the game. Like, it would be a nightmare on some of these maps. And so I don't really have an answer for you. On the one hand, you're right, it's not all that useful, but on the other, I think it would just be frustrating and annoying to fight against. And so if you guys have any ideas on how to increase the power or the effectiveness of the SOFLAM, let me know down below. I'm drawing a blank. I'm sure that there is a solution out there. I just don't know if removing the light is the right path to go down. The next question for today is, what do you think of an armor battle pickup, essentially giving the soldier an extra 100 to 200 health depending on balance? We really need another battle pickup like the railgun that is actually worth the struggle. That is an interesting idea. What I'm struggling with, though, is how would you balance something like that out? Would you just run over to it, pick it up, and you have another 200 health to work with, and then every time you get shot at, you can regenerate your health back up to 200? Because while that sounds awesome, like that would be a very good battle pickup, we run into the problem that if you're a really good player and you know what you're doing, you basically can win every single firefight that you come across as long as you're playing it safe. As long as you're not running out in the open like an idiot and, you know, getting shot at from 5 different people, you should come out of almost every single engagement, every single firefight, because you have 200 health to work with and everyone else is only at 100. And so I'm trying to figure out how you could balance it out. I guess one way is you could have it fade away after like 2 minutes on the soldier. They'll no longer receive the benefit. Or, oh, I like this a little bit more. You could make it where after 20 bullets, the armor disintegrates, or it's to the point where it no longer gives you the benefit, and then you're back to just that 100 health pool. That could be a great way at making this battle pickup awesome. Like, let's be honest, it would still be amazing, but not completely broken, where if you are good enough, you can have it the entire round. I kind of like the idea. I mean, sure, it would need to be balanced over and over and over again. They would need to reiterate and make sure that it's not completely broken, but as long as they implement it correctly, I can basically guarantee that this would be something that Battlefielders would fight over. This is basically what they describe battle pickups to be at the start of Battlefield 4. Not really how things turned out. The MGL is not that great. The frag round shotgun can be useful in some situations, but really the only battle pickup right now that is somewhat viable is the railgun. And even that has been nerfed repeatedly over the last month on the CTE. And so it's for this very reason why I just don't think that DICE would ever add in something as amazing as body armor on the battlefield, or even if Battlefielders would want to have body armor on the battlefield. It's not a gun. You don't have to master a weapon. You don't have to finesse it or get it to work in your favor. You basically pick it up and you become a super soldier. Sounds amazing if you're the one who's able to pick it up, but everyone else is going to want to slam their face against the keyboard or against the wall because there's no way for them to win a firefight if it's even skill, if both players know what they're doing. It is literally going to be impossible for them to win unless they gang up with like 5 other individuals. And so while this is a very interesting idea, and you are absolutely right, people would definitely fight over this thing on the battlefield, because it's not exactly lining up with the vision that DICE has been going down with relation to battle pickups over the last year, and because I don't really even think a lot of other Battlefielders would want to fight against someone like this on the battlefield, I have a hard time seeing this see the light of day in Battlefield 4. But yeah, guys, that is about it for today's Sunday Mailbox. I hope you enjoyed. Once again, if you would like to submit your own question that could be featured in an upcoming episode, you can do so by leaving a comment down below or by sending me a Facebook and Twitter message. But until tomorrow, guys, have a good one and take it easy.